Alright, so I'm going to make a video here on how I'm going to make this switch. So this is just a piece of aluminum. I already pre-drilled a hole with a taper in it. The graphite foil is already super glued onto the top. That's what I'm using as my connection between the nickel strip so it prevents arcing. Alright, so now I'm going to put the little nylon 6 by 32, I think it is. Put that in there, it sits nice and flush. And then we'll put this on here so it gets a good connection to the graphite foil. My bad. And then we'll put a little nylon washer in between for a spacer. And then we'll put the little nickel strip that comes from battery terminal welding. Put that right in there. Oh boy. Almost doesn't fit, does it? I might have to trim that a little. Didn't test fit this before I made this video. Crap. Alright, well, I'll prop this up here and try to figure this out quick. Dang it. I might actually be able to make this work, but I'd rather it not be so tight. Come on. Let's trim that a little bit. Alright, now it's trimmed. Guess I'll move this over. I need to look into where they come in with the camera. Alright, so I'll trim that. Now let's put that on here. Now that gives us our gap. So that's our gap that we have to work with. I got a magnet here that has double-sided stick tape on it. Peel that off. Hopefully this is sticky enough, otherwise I'll have to super glue it on. Oops, that's not where I want it. Yeah, it doesn't feel very sticky. But anyway, that's on. It feels pretty good. It feels like it's on there decently enough. Alright. Now we're gonna have to put this little washer, or not washer, a little, I forgot what they call these things. Crap, I need my nut. I'm not prepared at all. No, I am prepared. I had it somewhere around here. What did I do? There it is. Alright, there's my nut. I need another washer. Alright, grab my other washer. I got a bunch of extras so for in the future. Want to make more switches. So got my washer and then put my nut on. Not sure how really tight I want to go with this. Probably just hand tight. And then we can just flex this up to where we want it. So we got a good consistent gap in between there. Of course the phone's not adjusting. Why it's not? Sorry. Make sure these two aren't contacting each other. Then we have our two ends. I'll have to put these on there eventually, but I'm not going to be able to deal with it together. I just realized that. So let's take this off again. Sorry again in advance. Alright. but we get the gist of the process. I'll put this in there and I'll crimp it on. Put that in there. Crimp it. I always put the crimp side to the back. Something stuck to it. This is 18 gauge wire. Yeah, of course that's stuck to it. Alrighty. Get the other one crimped. And now those two wires are crimped to that. Now we assemble it. Oh, it goes on here first. Alright, so now I got our two wires on there. I'm going to tighten it just a little bit more. Not the right tool, but it's plastic. It's nylon, whatever. Just don't want to turn it too tight where I strip it. Alright, we have our switch. But I think I'm gonna take this and bend this down just a little bit to make it so it's more flat. But yeah, we have our switch. I'll grab another magnet to show you a little bit. Alright, we got our group of magnets here. Wrong way. You can see how we're getting it to move. Man, this thing does not want to focus, does it? Why can't I get this thing to focus? Can see it moving though. But yeah, that's my switch. And that's what I'm going to now put on my motor. And it's closing, which is good. That was one of my concerns. Yeah, you can see it. You can see it. It's working. Yeah, perfect. More, this is a better demonstration, ain't it? That's exactly what I'm looking for. And we have a good, solid connection. Alright, that's the end of this video. Take care.